Hello, good day everyone. My name is Kaizen Ang. I'm from GAD 103 FOP 101. For our history talk for today, we're going to talk about heritage. So what is heritage? Heritage is a property that is or may be inherited. It can also be a valuable object or qualities such as cultural tradition, unspoiled countryside, and as well as historical buildings or structures that may have been passed down from the previous generation. Example of this is Pyramid of Giza, rice terraces of the Philippines, as well as Halong Bay in Vietnam, as well as the Vigan City in Ilocos Sur. In this presentation, we're going to focus in Vigan City. It was established in the 16th century. Uh, in, it can be said that it, it can be the best preserved example of a planned Spanish colonial town in Asia. Um, it can It was also an important trading post with traders like Chinese even before the Spanish colonial era. It is located at the river delta of Abra River along the northwestern coastline of the main island of Luzon, which is the province of the Ilocos Sur. The total area of inscribed property is 17.25 hectares, which is really big. So if you cannot visualize how big is the 17.25 hectares, here is a calculation to visualize the size of that hectares. And it is in terms of the sports field like the uh, soccer field, which is approximately 34 standard soccer fields. So as you can see in these photos, although the design of the Spanish houses and vegan houses are look exactly the same, the actual architectural design of our vegan houses reflects the combination or influence of other cultural elements such as Chinese, Ilocano, and Filipino. It also shows the rich historical roots and culture of not just of us Filipinos, but also the harmonious coexistence of other cultural influence during this era. Um, the two-story house structures in the Philippines are made up out of mostly bricks and woods, with steep line pitch roof reminiscent of the traditional Chinese structure or architecture. The exterior walls of this upper story are enclosed by the window panels made out of copy shells framed in the wood. Um, these windows can be slid back or open for better air ventilations. Uh, according to my research, most existing buildings were probably built in the mid 18th century to the 19th century. And it is also possible only few of them have internal organization for alternative use due to the decline of the economic center of the World War II, while others were preserved as is. Um, these houses or structures also have different types during the Spanish colonial period or even American colonial period. First, we have the wood and brick with lush facade. It is the earliest type of vegan houses, which has a flush facade. Um, so the main purpose of the ground floor is for the storage, while the second floor is for the living quarters. Next, we have the wood and bricks with volada facade. This first appeared around the last quarter of the 1700s. It's a slight modification of the first one. Uh, this type has its main feature, the volada. It is an extension of the second floor over the street. It serves as a passageway around the living area for the servants to move around discreetly across the rooms. Um, Another function of this overhung second floor is to protect the ground floor from rain and the sun, as well as the pedestrians. These type of houses are usually taller than the first one. Uh, Next, we have the all brick type. As the name suggests, it's all built entirely of the brick masonry or bahay ng bato. It was built in the compliance with the 1797 decree by the Bishop Pedro Agustin, requiring buildings and houses constructed near the cathedral to be made out of stone to be a precaution against the fire. Aside from these houses, Bigan is also unique for preserving Hispanic colonial characteristics like the grind street patterns and historic urban layouts. So now you might be wondering why preserving Vigan City as a heritage is crucial and important. Some of you would say it will boost the tourism in the Philippines, while the others might argue it's about safeguarding our cultural identity and connecting with our shared past. Both are valid and doubly. They can contribute to our tourism, attracting visitors eager to explore our history, culture. However, beyond the economic gain, it can also be considered as a threat due to the potential transformation of these historical heritages into a commercial, commercialized establishment or urbanization around the area. Making these structures to be used for business like restaurant will not only strip them from the original essence and authenticity, but also the very story and history that defines the Vigan City. These structures can be set as a reminder when our ancestor crafted or built not just a building but a living tapestry of culture, tradition, and resilience. Each brick laid, each shell embedded, and each corridor design tells us a story of a bygone era. As Marcus Garvey wisely said, a people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. Vigan City stands as one of the roots of our Filipino heritage and grounding us in the richness of our collective history and culture. Preserving Vigan is not merely about maintaining old buildings. It's about safeguarding the history and the soul of our nation. Its structures, such as bricks and woods, are not just tools to create a house to live in, but to make a chapter in a book for our national identity, or a way to communicate and understand our predecessors and ancestors. And what can we do? Or what can you do? So as of this moment, there are groups like UNESCO, Jakarta, and ICOMOS of the Philippines who launched a 12-month project to enhance the protection of the historical city of Vigan and consider it as a World Heritage Site since 1999. This supports post-earthquake technical standards, enhancement on the conservation and protection of the heritage houses and structures. The official launch of this project was attended by multiple government organizations and government as well as universities. Uh, for us who weren't part of these organizations such as universities, NGOs, we can donate monies or materials for conservation of this cultural heritage. Finally, Vigan City is more than just a collection of architectural wonders. It's a tribute to our shared history and identity with one another. Its preservation necessitates a collaborative effort from individuals, communities, authorities, and nations alike. As we stand on the shoulder of our forefathers, let us commit to being the custodians of this cultural heritage and treat it as a priceless treasure, ensuring that its legacy inspires and resonates throughout the ages. Thank you for listening and joining me through this history of Vigan City, where each step on this street is a step back in time, Each whispered breeze can carries the echoes of rich and vibrant past. Together, let us embark on a journey to preserve not just the bricks and mortar, but the very soul of Vigan, ensuring that it remains a beacon of our cultural heritage for for generations to come.